Is it possible to sum up how we all feel about that one?
I don't think the word's frustrating today. I think it's more disappointing, really. Disappointing in many factors. You come into Millwall, I think as a group, and certainly myself, we understood where their threats will be. Set plays were going to be key today, and just restricting them really to play in areas what they want to play in. You're going to have to be first class in second ball. Certainly don't let the emotion of the game become one which we get involved in. And I just felt the longer the game went on, really, I felt that we became involved in the emotion of the game, really, and that probably affected us massively. The game's decided on a set play at that moment in time as well. Look, the first 30, 25 minutes, in terms of everything, you need to come to this place, you need to settle things down. And I thought we did that. We settled things down in terms of really quieting down the crowd. We was diligent in every phase in terms of the problems they were going to cause us. We didn't have too many chances, of course not, and obviously that's a riding factor again today, and that's very clear in that sense, and we need to keep working on that. The second half, I just felt we see a young team in that moment, the emotion, the desperation of what the game becomes, and we struggle really in them moments, the emotional side of it, we struggle. Lose our way a little bit, and certainly once they go a goal up, it's always going to be a struggle to try and nudge our way back. And we need to have a constant belief that we can do that, really.
You say a young team. It is a young team. In terms of what people learn in moments like this, is this going to be the marker now in terms of how they react from this one?
Well, of course it is, yeah. That's a big marker, and it is a young team. It's a young team in terms of games in this division in certain moments. And an understanding the first time some of these players are playing in the Championship for a large part in that sense, and obviously the challenges and relentlessness of this league. So yeah, of course there is learning to be had. Expectation on us is one that obviously we're expected to go to a lot of places, and rightly so in certain moments, and to dominate games and win games, and obviously there's a balance to be had here, and I need to get that balance, really. While there's young players in this squad that psychologically we need to keep on the right track in that sense, they're also living in the big world of and the pressures of what playing for this shirt currently is, and the expectation of what it is, and people may be looking back to what it has been. Like I said, it's a new team, and we need to keep pushing on that, and it's my job to do that, really.
So to that point then, I suppose just finally in terms of expectations of you've managed and mentioned there, and perspective as well, Millwall celebrating that like they've just won the World Cup, and it's Burnley's first defeat in 10 matches.
Yeah, look, they're the challenges, Robbers, that we're going to face this year, and the expectation on us this year is exactly what it is. We can't change that, and like I said, we have quality in here, but we are young. We're a young time, and I just don't mean just age in that sense. There's a young group that one are listening to me in terms of what I want to try and get out of them, but some of them are just learning on the job here. That's fine, but obviously, Andreas, for instance, today, this is his second start. He's not played in this division, this English league. I thought he'd done well in his moments, but for sure that this is a young group in some moments what have not faced what we faced today, and that was my point to the game. Really, that's exactly how I felt the game all week. We spoke about the emotion, the stadium, the mentality of what Millwall were going to probe us, and obviously try and get under our skin a little bit. The longer the game went on, I thought we played into their hands a little bit, lost our composure, and probably there was a little bit of a desperation. There's a desperation at this moment, a narrative is around us, and rightly so, that we're a little bit short in the final third, and we all recognise that. And that narrative, I felt that burden a little bit today on the players, and I felt every bit of that. We need to stick with what we're doing here. You need to stay committed to what we're doing. Never hiding away from the facts that we are a little bit short in the final third, and that comes down to quality sometimes. I think we're a bit short in our mentality to go and score goals and attack teams, and we need to keep nudging on, and that is the only way we can do this. And like I said, there's a fine balance, and we'll get there. I have absolutely no doubt. I say it many weeks that there's a great group here of some experienced boys with a balance of a real young group, which are learning. These senior players, myself, the coaching staff, we're doing everything in our power to try and help teach, encourage, give players the confidence they need to go and produce what we need to produce, certainly in the final third. And like I said, we'll get there through relentless hard work. We'll never give up, and we're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Every single one of us will come in again, and we'll keep resetting, and we'll keep driving as much as we can to get us where we need to get to.